Today's Namaste Yoga is part of the Keepin' It Real Yogi Style series, and today's class is on patience. Hello and welcome to episode 137 of Namaste Yoga. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you to Squeezed for our awesome yoga clothing. I'm wearing one of their tanks today, and I'm wearing the leggings with the Om Mani Padme Om mantra on the ankle. So thank you very much. You can order their clothing at www.squeeze.ca. And I know Donna just loves getting orders from the Namaste Yoga viewers. She always lets me know. She goes, "Oh, Melissa, one of your viewers ordered some clothes from me today." So she just loves it when one of you orders from her, and I always find out about it. So thanks so much for supporting Squeeze.ca. They're a Canadian company. Run by Donna, and she manufactures all her clothes in Canada, and like Donna actually irons the clothes, and she is the sweatshop. So it's a great company, and I just adore Donna. She's so much fun. Every time I go to her house, we just laugh and talk and have so much fun. She's just a fantastic lady. So thanks so much for supporting her, and we just appreciate her so much and her awesome clothes. I want to thank you for your donations. Gosh, some of my members have just been so sweet lately, sending in extra donations on top of their memberships just because they've been feeling so well taken care of as members, and I just feel so touched by that, and I want to thank them for that. So just really sweet. So thank you very much. Those of you who have done that, you know who you are. Thank you very much. And you can make your donations at www.melissawest.com. Oh, yeah, they're on the... And also, we always list all the names of people who donate in the credits as well. Yeah. Oh, and I received this awesome testimonial this week, and a lot of you will have seen it on Facebook. So this is from Lucio Arellano from Beaumont, California, and we had some awesome photos of him on Facebook this week as well. So I love it when you guys send me your photos, because I love posting your photos on Facebook because it's always just photos of me, and that that seems a bit narcissistic after a while. But the reason why we post lots of photos is because it just has a lot better traction on Facebook than the videos. So, and when you post photos of yourself, you own them, so it's no big deal, rather than, ripping off photos on Google Image. That's why we post photos of me all the time. Although my family likes to tease me about being a narcissist, but I don't think I really am. Although I guess to some degree you have to be to get in front of a camera every week, right? Okay, anyway, back to Chio's testimonial, which is awesome. Okay, so he says, after losing 130 pounds, I recently began yoga for flexibility and back pain management. Because of the benefits I've endured from this practice, I thought I'd celebrate my accomplishment and homage by getting my arm inked. Thanks for sharing your inspiring knowledge and wisdom, Dr. West. And he got this awesome Om tattoo on his arm, and we posted that photo on Facebook, and Tim may be even able to overlay it on our video somehow or something today. So that was so cool. We had so much fun with that. Also, thank you for leaving your comments on iTunes and YouTube. And it's even easier for you to do that now. You can go to Thank You Melissa melissa.com. And then there's instructions on how to do that in one easy place now. And thank you for making us Canada's most popular 1-hour free online yoga show. If you go to my website, you can get a free morning and evening yoga sequence at melissawest.com when you sign up for my newsletter there. And also, if you want even more videos than I give you already, at Melissa West, at YouTube or Blip or wherever you get them from, you can register for my membership site. We put new content up on the membership site every month. Right this week, we've been getting up early every morning and filming a chakra balancing series. Short, they're supposed to be 20-minute videos, but they're coming in around the 30-minute mark. I'm trying. Yes, Tim wants you to know that he is not a morning person at all. And so he has been getting out of bed what he thinks is early, but for most of you, you're probably up and about and off to work by then. So it's a big sacrifice for him, though. Anyway, we've been filming these chakra balancing classes every morning this week, getting up early and heading out the door and filming these. There's going to be 7 of them, and they're shorter classes, and the idea is that you can do them one each morning of the week. They're going to be awesome. And also, we already filmed a second upper back, neck, and shoulder class that's going to be on the membership site as well. So you can get all of that for $8.95 a month or $79.95 a year. And plus, there's way more content. So if you want to know about that, you can go to melissawest.com and find out more about that too. And if you want to stay in touch with us throughout the week, I post lots on Facebook at Your Namaste Yoga. Okay, so let's get on with our class today. Our class today is on patience. I don't know about you, but you got lots of patience? This is one that I know I struggle with for sure. So go ahead and rest back, lie on your backs, and I'll just begin to frame today's class for you a little bit. You can lie on your back with your palms turned up beside you. If you want to put a bolster under your knees, you could do that, or bend your knees, place your feet flat on the floor if your back is sore at all, if you have any back injuries. And take a deep breath in and let it fall out of your mouth. And take as many of those as you need right now to settle in. So all through this series, we're working on attitudes that you need to cultivate to live mindfully or to practice yoga mindfully. And the second attitude that Jon Kabbit Zin recommends we bring to a mindfulness practice is patience. He states that, quote, patience is a form of wisdom. It demonstrates that we understand and accept the fact that sometimes things must unfold in their own time. And I'm going to repeat that again. He states that patience is a form of wisdom. It demonstrates that we understand and accept the fact that some things must unfold in their own time. In our yoga practice, we can practice patience towards our own bodies and our own minds. We can accept our body as it is in this moment and practice patience for its unfolding in its own time. Edward Bulwer Lytton says that patience is not passive. On the contrary, it is active, it is concentrated strength. So in today's yoga practice, we will engage this concentrated strength as we direct our patience towards the active unfolding of our hip and hamstring muscles. So take a moment now to reflect on your relationship to patience and how you interact with patience in your own life. And begin to form an intention for how you would like to work with patience in your yoga practice today. And then go ahead and wiggle and stretch out. You can stay lying on your back. For today's practice, you're going to need 2 blocks, a strap, and a bolster. So we'll start with your yoga strap. I'm going to be stretching out your hamstring muscles to start. And I find these muscles take patience. I think it took me a good year to maybe even 2 years to really lengthen out these muscles, stretch them out. So place the strap around the back of your right leg and go ahead and draw this right leg in. Relax your shoulders. Lengthen out through the back of your neck. And see what it would be like to be open to the unfolding of your body in its own time. So to find that just right edge here in your hamstring, but to not need to force something to happen here either. And then keeping your left leg really sinking and dropping into the ground. Slowly open your right leg out to the side, keeping your left shoulder, your left hip dropping into the ground. Staying with your breath and being patient with your mind as well. So noticing that when your mind wanders, that you can just patiently bring it back to your breath. And then slowly bringing your right leg back to the center and just gently crossing it over your midline, keeping the back of your pelvis on the ground, feeling the stretch along the outside of your leg. You don't have to go very far on this one to get a stretch. So patience is definitely not something that is of value that is held in very high esteem in our culture. We're definitely a culture of instant gratification. We want everything now. We don't want to have to wait for anything. So we want to see the results of our yoga practice right away. So it's challenging to wait for our bodies to unwind and unfold over time. In a culture that's interested in and used to instant results, where you can go and get a tummy tuck or a facelift or liposuction. Okay, and then bring your right leg back to the center. Release the strap and go ahead and rest your right leg down. And just feel the difference between your right and the left and then your left leg. And even though it might not feel like a lot's happening, feel the difference between your two legs, and your right leg probably feels a lot longer. So a lot is happening. You are getting length. Things are happening. Okay, and then go ahead and hook up your leg. Draw your left leg in. So notice when your mind wanders again. And just be patient with that. Again, going back to our lesson from last week of mindfulness on non-judging, not judging that at all. Just gently nudging it back to your breath, back to the sensations in your body. And then keep your right hip and your right leg long and heavy on the ground, and open your left leg out to the side. And if you have your bolster there as a prop like me, you can use it. And if you notice your mind wandering into the past or worrying about the future again, without judgment, bring it back to the present moment, to sensations in your body, to the experience of your breath. Okay, and then the last step is to slowly use your core strength. Draw your navel back, draw your leg back to your midline. Slowly bring your left leg over. So you want to feel that sensation all the way along the outside of your leg. What I notice with my students is they sometimes let their leg drop a bit too much in this position, so keep it drawing in towards your body. And then you can go ahead and release your left leg and rest it down onto the ground. And feel both your legs nice and long. Okay, for the next one, we're going to stretch out the top of your right thigh. You want to feel the stretch in the belly of your muscle, not on the inside of your knee. So bend your knees, and you're going to internally rotate your right leg. Bring your right foot up alongside you. Bring your right knee towards the ground. But more than pushing your right knee towards the ground, you want to reach your right leg long out of your body here. Again, feeling that stretch in the belly of the top of your thigh muscle, not in your knee joint. You can even feel the space on the inside of your knee with a block here. Or a rolled up blanket. So just being very patient with the unfolding, lengthening of these very tight muscles of our legs. Then you can slowly release your right leg and do the same thing on the other side. So internally rotate your left leg, lengthening your left leg long out of your pelvis, reaching your left leg away from you more than pushing your left knee into the ground. Feeling the stretch in the belly of your muscle, not in your knee joints. Staying with your breath. Just being patient also with these long holds too. Allowing time for your muscles to relax and allowing time for your muscles to lengthen and let go. Okay, and then go ahead and release and roll to your side. And come up onto all fours. Don't you just love the location we chose to film today? I just think it's our own private oasis here. Actually, when we were driving down here to choose our spot, we'll have to take a picture of it on the way back. They've renamed a part of the waterfront here in Ajax Paradise Beach. So we just had a good chuckle over that. Oh, but now they've named it that. Now it is Paradise Beach. Must be. So we're going to do some lunging and stretching of stretch at the fronts of our hips and our hamstrings now. So you might want to use your blocks for this. Nice. You're going to take your left leg and step it through. And you can use your blocks either upright like this or down like this, so you might not want them at all even. And you're going to lean forward, stretch out the front of your right hip. And then keep your left foot down and lean back and stretch out your hamstring. Okay, so rock forward, stretch out your hip flexor. And then lean back and stretch out your hamstring. So hip flexor and hamstring. And really these muscles that I've chosen, at least in my body, and I think most people's bodies, I mean, remember having a few students who these muscles were just very long and flexible, but most students, they had to really work at creating flexibility and suppleness and length in these muscles. So it would take time and patience. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and do that on the other side. So step your right leg through. So lean forward and rock back. And lean forward. And rock back. Keeping your right foot down. Keep breathing. Okay, and then you can go ahead and come back to all fours. Just put those blocks off to the side for a moment and come on to all fours. Slide your right knee forward. Bring your right heel over towards your left hip bone. Slide your left leg back and fold forward over your bent right leg for a great hip stretch here. And this is one where we really have to exercise patience, because we never, I don't know, you never come here and feel like our work is done, I don't think. Always lots happening. Okay, so from here you're going to tuck your tail under, come upright, and then tuck your back left toes under and lift your knee so you're stretching out the front of your left hip. Okay, so now you're going to bend your back leg and reach around and hold on. Okay, and go ahead and release your back leg, tuck your back left toe under, step back, and come into downward facing dog for a counter pose. Stretch at the backs of your legs. And then let's go ahead and do that whole thing on the other side. So draw your left knee forward to the space at your left wrist. Left heel over towards your right hip bone. And fold forward. Tuck your tailbone under, come upright. And we're going to stretch out the front of your right hip now. Keep breathing. Into those pesky hips. And then you're going to bend your back right leg, reach around and hold on to your foot. Just have patience for your tight hips. Down dog. Come on to all fours. Tuck your toes under, reach your hips up towards the ceiling, stretch out the backs of your legs. Oh, that feels good. You might even want to just paddle your heels to the ground here. Okay, and then bend your knees, come down, and you're going to need your blocks now. So, going to place your left foot between the blocks in front of your right knee in a square lunge here. And then tuck your right toes under behind you, breathe in. And breathe out and straighten out through both legs until you get a stretch in the front of your, in the back of your front leg. Okay, so be patient with this. If you need to, step your back leg in. Both toes are pointing straight ahead. It's as if your feet are in railroad tracks, so your legs are parallel here. Big hamstring stretch for your front leg. Relax your shoulders. They've got nothing to do with the stretch. I'm just telling you that because mine were involved. Just being patient with the gradual lengthening of the muscles along the back of your front leg here. And then, oh, great. Did you hear that crack? No? Okay. Something cracked in my ankle. Bend your front leg. We'll stretch out your other leg, so your right foot comes between your blocks now. Now your right leg tends to be a little tighter, so you might want to back your heel up closer to your left knee, especially if it's your dominant leg. And then tuck your left toes under, stretch out both legs. And breathe into the backs of your legs. Relax your shoulders. Infinite time and no ambition. So in his book, Jon Kabbit Zin, in his book, Full Catastrophe Living, he gives this example of a butterfly, a chrysalis, breaking out of its cocoon. Yeah, thank you, honey. And of that timing being so important, and of it not, of needing to be patient for that, and of it can't happen before it's supposed to. I'm not saying it nearly as eloquently as he did, but you know what I'm saying. You can't rush the chrysalis. And in its own time, it becomes a beautiful butterfly. So things unfold in their own time. Okay, and then you can go ahead and bend your legs. And you're going to sit back down and take your legs straight out in front of you. So sit with your legs straight out in front of you. Roll your shoulders back and down, spine straight up and down. Bend your right leg in. Cross your right leg over your left leg and let it flop open like a shoelace. Sit up nice and tall and then hinge forward through your hip until you feel a stretch along the whole back of your left leg. Half cow's face forward fold. So this one is another one where you exercise a lot of patience, because wouldn't it be nice if your whole body could just flop forward, but there's so much happening here. I'm already at a really hard edge and I hardly need to forward at all. Okay, and then hinge forward and up. And we'll go ahead and reach out through your right leg now. Bend your left leg in. Cross your left leg all the way over your right leg. Open it up like a shoelace. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, hinge forward. Reach your navel forward towards your knee. Your heart forward towards your shin. Keep your chin tucked. Your spine straight. Feel the stretch in the back of your leg. And then slowly come back up. Okay, so we're going to do the pose Hanumasana, which takes a lot of patience while we wait for it to unfold in our bodies. Going to come up to kneeling again. All right. I'm going to show you a couple of ways to do this. So I'm going to recommend you start with your left leg forward, and you're going to lean forward into a lunge first, and then you're just going to reach your left leg forward so you can use your blocks like this. There's Hanumasana. Bet you didn't know I was going to trick you into doing the splits pose today. So this pose takes patience. Probably not going to come into splits today unless you already did have before. But it's something if you worked on every day, you might be able to do. Okay. And then on the other side, you can try it with your bolster. You place your bolster between your legs, and then the bolster essentially fills the space for you, and you might be able to take your hands overhead. Ooh, this is quite strong for me, so I'm going to use my hands to lift myself up off the bolster a bit. And that's quite a strong pose. Oh, okay. So that's good. That's enough of that then. We're going to finish with a mudra, the Kalasvara mudra. And so this is a mudra for the deity, the Hindu deity who rules over time. Okay, so the way that it works is you stick your middle fingers out and the pads of your middle fingers touch, and then the knuckles of all the other fingers touch. It was just a little tricky. That's why I brought my book to remind me how to do it, to have the picture. Okay, so the middle fingers again. Okay, and then the knuckles of all the other fingers, and then the pads of the thumbs touch. Okay, so it looks like that. Okay. And this one is supposed to calm your thoughts and agitated feelings as well. So we'll sit with this mudra. Go ahead and stretch out your fingers and go ahead and rest back for Shavasana. Lie down on your back. Bend your knees. You could put your bolster under your knees if you would like, or bend your knees and place your feet flat on the floor. If your back doesn't bother you at all, you could keep your legs out long. And I'm going to share this short quote that was left for me from sweet Emily, who often leaves comments on YouTube. After she did, I think I already have a video on patience on YouTube. And so it wasn't actually on the patience one, though, that she left this. But anyway, she left this quote on patience that I just thought was so great for this class. And the author is unknown of this. And it goes like this. Be patient towards all that is unsolved in your heart, and try to love the questions themselves. Do not now seek the answers, which cannot be given to you because you would not be able to live them. And the point is to live everything. Live the questions. So as you rest back and reflect back on this class on patience and all the ways that we engaged in patience and stretching out our bodies and in bringing our mind back to our breath. What seems most important to you? What stands out? And how does patience show up in the rest of your life? You experienced how patience shows up on the yoga mat today. What's your relationship to patience in the rest of your life? And then what's one small thing you're going to take away with you from your experience today? Gradually allow your breath to deepen. Invite some movement back into your body. Go ahead and wiggle and stretch out. Bend your knees. Roll to your right side. Make your way up to sitting. So thank you for joining us for episode 137 of Namaste Yoga. Thank you for your yoga. I'll see you next week. Namaste.